Hello everyone, I'm here today with Andrea and my name is Jochen, and we have both lived in the United States for 30 years plus, and I'm originally from Berlin, Germany, and Andi comes from Leverkusen, wherever that is, and
Na, hören Sie mal.
and one of the things that we notice is that
You know the Bayerworks? You know the Bayerworks?
oh yeah, that's yeah. Oh, Bayer Leverkusen.
I'm sorry,
I know
I
that.
had to say that.
Yeah. No, that's good. One of the things that we both miss in the United States is German food, authentic German food, and one of the things that we notice when we meet with friends or we go to dinner parties or restaurants is that a lot of people don't know what really is typical German food. And so today we have a few samples that we want to share with you to explain, what is behind these food items, right?
Yes.
So I always like to start with the desserts first. Because nothing is worse than going to a restaurant and you have a good meal and they come with a dessert menu and you're too full to enjoy it, right?
That's
so I
true.
always start with the dessert first.
Yeah.
Do you do that too?
Not for it's been a while. I was hung up first on the main dish. I like knödel, for instance. So I made sure that they had knödel and let's say some kind of venison, with
Yeah.
a really nice chocolatey sauce. But
Like a mole in Mexican cuisine? or?
no, but a real German, when they cook really the meat through and it's a process that takes a long time with the blood mixed in, I guess this is the old formula.
Yeah.
The old German formula does not spare the blood.
No.
So,
Well,
but we were in
let's
the
say-
dessert,
exactly.
and so here we
Let's
go.
talk about the desserts first, right? I think on this handout here we have the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, the Black Forest
The
cake,
best.
which is my favorite.
Mine too. So
What's the
here-
trick? What's the secret ingredient in the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte?
I know, it's the cherries
Yes, and then
and the chocolate and the cream.
it's the cherries, and of course cherries in German. Cherry is a Kirsche, and in the U.S.
Sauerkraut.
they know Kirsch as the cherry
Oh,
liqueur, right? They
that's
say they
true.
need a little
Yeah.
or a lot Kirschwasser, which
Yeah,
is the
or
cherry
Kirsch,
liqueur.
yeah, and that's actually not a liqueur, that is a Brandwein, that
Oh,
is
it's like a brandy.
spirit.
Yeah, a spirit. Yeah,
Spirit.
yeah. It's hard to drink on its own, but it's delicious in the
After a
in the
meal.
Black Forest cake. Exactly. Then of course we got the Pflaumen, the Äpfel, and the Birne, right?
Way too
the fall
healthy.
vegetables. Yeah,
Way
we
too
skip
healthy.
over that.
Yeah.
Here we have the Kalter Hund, the cold dog.
Kalter Hund.
Do you know Kalter
I
Hund?
thought that was marble cake.
Oh, maybe it's a Marmorkuchen, maybe it's a marble cake, but it looks similar to a Kalter Hund, which is
Really, Kalter Hund, for me it
cookies.
looks more like your dog there. out there. What's her face? Coco.
Cocoa. No, this is definitely not cocoa. But here we got a little bit of chocolate, and here of course we have the pièce de résistance, the
strudel.
the strudel, the Apfelstrudel, which is I guess Austrian by provenance.
Very difficult to make, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says it takes really some art and some practice. to
It takes
get
a long time.
strudel right. Yeah, you gotta maybe be a Bavarian.
Yes, I think so. And Andy, I know that you have a special fondness for
Oh,
marzipan.
marzipan.
And what you see down here
Those little fruits.
is not just fruit, it is actually marzipan made to look like fruit, right?
Exactly.
Did you grow
My
up-
mother always loved those, and I got them for Valentine's. I got them for Easter, in egg form. But yeah, it's one of my favorite special everything.
That's great. And then, since you were talking about
Yeah.
the main dishes, do you want to walk our viewers through the more hearty fare?
Why should I do that? Well, I just
Talking
went.
about blood and guts, so this is right
Well,
up
blood
Andy's
and
alley.
guts,
Andy's alley.
Blutwurst, unfortunately is not on here, but the cold cuts Of course, for me, the favorite thing to buy in a store like Hans in Burien, it's a very decent store that has a theke, a real kind of, display of hundreds of sausages. And the last time I went, after I did my, what was it, at the CHSI, my biometrics, it was right next to, to Hans, and so I fortified myself after the gruesome process of the biometrics with these Weisswursts.
You know, the Weisswurst, it's like a white veal sausage, right?
Yes.
And in Bavaria, they're very strict where they come from. The Weisswurst has to be eaten by...
I don't know.
By noon.
Oh, by noon!
It is actually a breakfast sausage, and so it's not something you'll eat in the afternoon or in the evening. The Weisswurst is eaten by noon. And in fact, they stop serving it in the traditional restaurant exactly when the clock strikes 12.
Oh, and that's why I make it at home, so I can eat it whenever I want. And I also fry it. I don't cook it in the water, boil it.
Yeah.
I fry it in the pan.
It gives it more crispness,
with the
right?
sauerkraut.
You like that? Yeah, sauerkraut.
And then for those who like the Würstels, I get some of these too.
Yeah. Have you ever made sauerkraut on your own?
I make sauerkraut on my own in Essig.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You have to slice it very thin, this kraut. It takes anytime between 5 days and 2 weeks.
Oh wow, so it needs to sit
It
in the
needs to
brine or something.
macerate.
Yeah. Is it very salty? You add a lot
Salty,
of salt?
but I put a lot of apples in it when I
Apples?
cook it.
Oh wow.
When I cook it.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's move on because we've
How
covered
about the
most
Black
of
Forest
this.
ham? We talked about the Black Forest cake, the Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte on the last display. Here we have the Black Forest
And
ham.
now the Black Forest ham. What do you have to say to that?
It's not my thing, but
then let's put it
do you
away.
like it? Let's put it away.
Yeah.
Let's get into the carbohydrates here. Let's go in
Where
for
are
these
the
here.
pretzels? I want to show you my favorite ever is pretzel. Some people say.
Yeah. What actually is a pretzel?
A pretzel is a twisted piece of Laugenbrot. So that is a kind of dough that's very special, and I've never made it, but I hear it's not that hard.
Oh, we should try that. We should
Yeah.
totally try it.
Let's maybe say goodbye and go upstairs.
Yeah,
and get some
exactly.
pretzels.
We do have here a duo of Rostbratwurst. The most famous Rostbratwurst arguably comes from Nürnberg. From Nuremberg, Nürnberger Rostbratwurst, but also Thüringer in East Germany,
yes.
Thuringian,
Thuringian.
from the state of Thuringia, they're also
Is
well
that
known.
what Tübingen is?
No, that's in somewhere else. And of course, while we have some German red wine here, no German meal is complete without a good
Beer.
hearty
I
beer.
don't like beer, so.
And on the beer, you need to have the Haube, right, which is the foam. Many Germans, when they come to the US, are very surprised. They get served a beer that doesn't have a foam crest
Like
on
they
it.
almost make sure that they don't have anything on top of the beer here. They go very slow and make it in Germany. It's
In Germany,
different.
nobody would take a beer without that, right?
No. And warm, we want it. The Germans drink beer warmer than the Americans, no?
No, I think the beer needs to be cold. They don't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, where was it that I had a warm beer where I was thinking, this is not right?
Yeah, no, that is not right. I agree. Well, with that, it's time for us to go and actually eat something.
Yes,
so
we will.
enjoy your. This is a very heavy Burgundy, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, ganz schwerer Burgunder.
Burgunder is my favorite.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
With that, we'll say goodbye and hope you enjoyed our little tour of German food in the U.S.
Yes, we miss it, but
We miss it, but we make do, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Prost, zum Wohl.
Zum
Zum Wohl.
Wohl.
Das war lustig.